Today marks an auspicious occasion when we celebrate 30th anniversary of the dawn of democracy in South Africa. It signifies the culmination of the times when people of this country managed to find each other at the opposite side of a negotiating table instead of the sides of guns. It quite literally saved us from open revolt of a very angry people and revolution and war on home soil. Militarily speaking, in the past conflict between black and white, there was no winner of the spoils. Instead, we agreed to share the wealth and resources of the country equitably and to do away with racism, the evils of apartheid, and the emancipation of black majority. It may take generations for tensions to fully subside, but amidst our diversity, there is unity. South Africans share a deep love for our country, which unites us despite our differences. The sooner we invest in our people and the infrastructure of this country, the better. We have a lot of catching up to do after wasting too many years. Let me now address myself to the future of this province, the Eastern Cape. The Eastern Cape in particular and her people played a significant role in the struggle. Biko, Hani, Mandela, Mbeki, Sisulu, Sobukwe, Tambo, and so on. These are all the names of the greats that echo in the halls of the history. I had the great fortune to meet and work with most of them. I had the honor of rubbing shoulders with them early. In 1989, when the ANC Congress was still in exile, I met with Thabo Mbeki and O.R. Tambo at his house in London. They painted a picture of South Africa and agreed that this country must be a unitary state and that the homelands must be done away with to make a unified country, and the people must move around freely. This was the advice enforced what we shared, of course, to do in our takeover of Transkei government in 1987. So we must ask ourselves, how does the Eastern Cape catch up in terms of development with the better developed provinces and eradicate reversal of the gains of the previous semi-first world infrastructure? Let me address myself now to the leadership of this province. In the month running up to these elections, I was approached countless times by traditional leaders, religious groupings, and civil society organizations, and many individuals asking or saying, General, if you would run for Eastern Cape Premier, I will vote for you. The Eastern Cape desperately needs you. There was also a UDM Provincial Congress, a resolution, where it was decided that the Eastern Cape structures of the UDM wanted me to run for premier in the elections. The fortunate fact is that I have the experience of running a government, whether you like it or not, with discipline and order, where we created jobs, where poverty was at its lowest ebb, the courts functioned, the environment was neat and clean, pensions were paid, and we did not live in fear of criminals. In principle, I have therefore agreed to avail myself to be the UDM's candidate for the Eastern Cape Premier. However, being the national leader of a party, I will campaign in all provinces, but focus more of my time and efforts in the Eastern Cape. In the UDM, if the UDM does well on 29 May, we will arrange that the IEC changes the UDM's candidate list in the allowed window period after elections. If this change succeeds, the UDM's Deputy President, Ngabayom Zikwangwa, will have to step up to the plate and be the de facto president of the party whilst assist in governing the Eastern Cape. That's just a dream of the UDM and those who have approached me. So, one of the big ticket items as a premier candidate will be to promote the need to have a government of provincial unity model as an executive in the province. During my time as head of government in Transkei, we unbanned various struggle organizations such as ANC, AZAPO, PAC, etc. in 1989, and I've worked well with all sorts. Cadre deployment will be a thing of the past if in Faga Abekai. And after a skills audit, top leadership in public administration will be filled by virtue of skills and qualifications, so that we can lead this province out of this quagmire. The Eastern Cape was once the foundation or fountain of education, and those human resources are still available to us to realize the dream of making this province great again. As a result of this reality, many of these brains are working outside the province, and the talent is lost to us through an exodus of others to other countries and provinces and to national levels. There is therefore a need to make sure that this province that has produced so many struggle stalwarts, professionals and academics, are on a position to contribute to build a promising future for this province. As part of the issues that will be added over and above the menu items specified in the UDM manifesto, the proposed government of provincial unity will prioritize the following issues: the provincial economy, land distribution, crime, job creation, and basic health care, and the investment in food security and tourism. The thorny issues of military veterans, pensions of ex-civil servants, police, soldiers, and ex-mine workers, UIF payments, will be addressed firmly by the provincial government. It is immoral for the current millionaires and billionaires to thrive on the current workers, pensioners, and UIF monies. In conclusion, at the moment, the legacy of the late struggle stalwarts who hailed from this province are being made a laughingstock of. What we are witnessing in our streets and communities is far from what our liberation heroes envisioned for our people. The blatant plundering of state resources to the detriment of our citizens is morally reprehensible. It is the voters who must now start knowing right from wrong.